Why did more people trust Morristown-Hamlin Healthcare System last year? Maybe it's our compassionate, highly skilled ER with round-the-clock emergency surgical services, the area's only cath lab for heart attack patients, our comprehensive regional cancer center with personalized treatment plans, the only local hospital delivering our next generation of babies, and all part of the region's top-performing healthcare network. Morristown-Hamlin Healthcare System, a member of Covenant Health.
Thank you all. It's great to be here. Listen, the U.S. Congress has a 15% approval rating. I'm glad to get invited anywhere, so I appreciate you having me here. And I told the Speaker of the House the other day, I said, actually, there are three things that poll worse than the U.S. Congress. And he said, what in the world could that be? I said, Lindsay Lohan, meth labs in North Korea. So it could always be worse. It is a privilege to be here today. I'm a product of the public education system. And I am so thankful that the state of Tennessee provided a great public education system. I sort of overdosed on education. I've spent 23 years in the classroom. I came along before kindergarten and went to medical school in 3 years instead of 4. So I would have been in 25 years had I had a traditional system to go to. And that wasn't enough. I had to go teach at East Tennessee State University College of Medicine, or Quillen College of Medicine. I first met Dr. McCamey, Wade McCamey, in 2006 when I ran unsuccessfully for Congress, and I'm not blaming him for that here today. So, but he was so gracious to take his time, his valuable time, and meet with a candidate, and there were 13 of us in that race, and I have never forgotten that, about how gracious he was. When I walked out thinking, that's a really great man right there, and I didn't really know him all that well at that time. But I became, over the next decade, a real fan of Wade McCamey. And the reason I have is I watched not what he said, but his actions and what he did. And I look today, and every time I go by the campus there in Greenville, we were there today, Scott Niswanger keeps asking me, when's this going to get done? I don't know when it's going to get done, but it's a beautiful campus there. And Eleanor, you mentioned the campus that you're in Sevierville. He's had an opportunity in his life to change lives for the better as an educator, because I know what education did for me. And I would have I don't know where I would have been had it not been for great teachers and an opportunity to attend college and higher education. So we know the importance of it. We're in a global economy. We're competing around the world now. And this community college right here and other community colleges around the country are paramount for us to educate the workforce of the future. Our state said something, and I see Senator Sutherland back there, and there may be others here from the state level. They are to be commended for allowing students now to have no economic barriers for an education, which community college is free. And no other state in the union, and we're not a rich state, we're not a California or New York. No other state in the union does what Tennessee did. And they look to us now about how we did that. How did you do that? I said, the reason is because our legislators at home understand the value of it, and people like Wade McCamey basically execute that vision that we've had in our state. And I think in the next decades, it's going to pay incredible dividends for our state and for the people who live here, and improve the quality of their lives and their families' lives. So, and he did show me, and I see Dale Lynch back there, I was just thinking, Dr. McCamey proved to me how smart he was when he only maintained a school directorship for 1 year. That showed me he was a brilliant man, because that is a really hard job to do, being a school director. But Dr. McCamey, if you would, I'd like to present to you just a letter that we put together for him. I'm not going to read it, but I want to have this for you. And I want to finish by saying I think this man exemplifies things that I have tried to do in my life, and many of you have. I think Dr. Wade McCamey puts God first in his life. I think he puts his family second. I think he puts his job third, which he does very well. And lastly, I think he can say, I have left this world better. I've made it better because he was here. Thank you very much.